All right, Jax, I'm going to ask you a question, but if you're listening to this, I also want you to think about this question and answer it in your head. If trying to work smarter with AI got you publicly criticized right after recovering from a major health setback, would you double down on AI or would you pull back and just try to chill?
That's a very specific scenario. I don't know how to answer. I guess, so the thing about software dev early on, it was kind of like shameful if you were like, oh yeah, ChatGPT wrote that for me.
Yeah.
And now it's the opposite. I would say I doubled down, but that wasn't following health struggles. So I don't know. That could change things for me.
Yeah, I regret adding the health struggles part, but that is very specific to this story. So a reporter, Angie Mentink, a longtime Seattle Mariners broadcaster, went viral after being seen using ChatGPT to help come up with post-game interview questions. So some people online mocked her, saying it looked very unprofessional on her end. She responded very calmly and humorously, saying she was just experimenting with AI as a brainstorming tool, and she's always learning about new things. So context matters here. She had just returned to work after a serious stroke that temporarily paralyzed her, making the backlash feel harsher to many people. A lot of fans and media defended her, saying using AI for AIs isn't a big, it's crazy. People were like, oh my gosh, she's using AI. Reading in this article, there's a bunch of sources here. I'm going to use the people.com article. A fan snapped a picture of her before she went on the field to interview after the Mariners lost a game, typing good questions to ask after a loss to an MLB player into ChatGPT to get it back. So couple things in her responses. The first one, which I loved, after she's noticing all this stuff is blowing up on X, Instagram, wherever, she goes, I'm currently asking AI how to handle going viral for using AI.
That's good.
So great response. There's another quote here, which makes sense with, like, she was prepared for the interview. She was curious, like, how many times have you like had something done and you're like, I wonder what AI would do with this? And then you do it. Very common. So it's very possible. And I mean, she's a professional. She's been doing it since 97.
That's 29 years.
Yes. She's been doing this so it's not like she doesn't know what she's doing, for one. The fact that she is using it isn't like some, like angry old man that's just like, no, I'm not going to use it, or angry old woman using it, which ironic. We spoke earlier about Reese Witherspoon saying women should use AI. This lady's using AI.
I wonder if she's in Reese Witherspoon's book.
Bro, yeah, she's the one. So that's a callback. Go back and find that episode, but not before you finish this one. So yeah, it's crazy. That post that somebody was shaming her with, like, they deleted it obviously because the backlash was horrible. To make it, this person who tried to bash her for using AI, to make it worse, she had just had a stroke before this, and to add sugar on top, she's a breast cancer survivor as well. So it's like all the things that you could try to use, you do not have at your disposal here with Angie. She's a fighter, and she's got fans on her side. But yeah, I think it's hilarious someone tried to berate her, but like a majority of society is like, listen, it's a tool. It's like you Googled to find your sources. It's like, yeah,
this is a crazy thing to like actually criticize her about. Because like you said, she's been doing this 29 years. You think she doesn't know what to ask a player after a tough loss? Like, she was 100% just curious what the AI would say.
Yeah.
Also, like, yeah, it's a research tool. Why is it? Oh, I mean, I guess it's kind of funny, like a reporter about to go out on the field to talk to someone. Like, that does look funny. Crazy to actually criticize it.
Yeah. And I mean, couple things here. Maybe if you have a stroke, you start to think life is important than just work. And you think, I'm going to use AI to shorten prep. Like, maybe I want to spend time with my family and I'll prep when I have to. And she probably was prepped. Like, honestly, the more likely case is she was prepared and she was curious here, but also she's going to get her prompts figured out. Everyone's going to get their flow with AI figured out, and they're going to be able to, their work's going to be a lot more streamlined. And so, yeah, it's just funny that the internet totally had her back and was like, people use AI. It's 2026. Chill out, dude. I mean,
also, like,
or being dumb,
the questions that, this might be offensive, but the questions that those reporters ask after the game, they're not like the deepest questions that take a bunch of research anyways, right? It's just like, how did you feel losing to this team? Like,
yeah, I'm starting to believe most of those questions are ChatGPT anyways. Like, how do you feel in this moment after whatever? I mean, understand, like, it's the same questions that have always been asked for the last 50 to 100 years of sports.
Yeah.
Understandably. But yeah, like the good interviewers do ask questions, and it's not in that setting of a post-game interview. The good interviewers are like a sit down, a profile on somebody. Those are the good ones.
I like when they ask a coach at halftime, "You're losing. What do you need to do to win?" And they say, "Play harder and score more."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, thanks."
Thanks. Yeah. Oh gosh. But yeah, it's so funny. We don't have to go crazy on this one. It's just ironic that people were berating her. One of the quotes here, she says, "In all seriousness, I'm late to the AI party." So this is part of her response. And I actually really respect this response. "In all seriousness, I'm late to the AI party. Earlier this season, I experimented with AI to see if it had any questions to add to my list for my post-game coverage. We've came a long way from pen and paper when I started in 1997. Pink wrote, concluding her post with, "Always learning." I mean, that's to be said better. It's like, why wouldn't we try something new? It's amazing. I love it. I think that's a really well put together, because she could have been embarrassed by it, but you can tell she's a pro just by how she said that.
Yeah, this makes you want to sneak up behind a coworker while they're using open code and take a picture.
I love doing that. Yeah, I love doing that. Seeing like, how are you chatting?
Yeah. Wait, this guy's using AI?
Yeah. But in my world, that's, if you're not using it, you're in trouble.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny though. That's curious, like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this just feels like such a non-issue. Like, I think everyone is going to ask it questions about their work.
Yeah. You brainstorm, and you're going to brainstorm things like you don't want to ask other people too, because it's a robot, right? So this is a little off topic, but relevant-ish. There's this talk by this fantasy author, Brandon Sanderson. He writes like fantasy novels and stuff. And he has this talk, it's called "You Are the Art." And he wrote this essay about AI art and all the stuff. And he refined the essay after publishing it a couple times, and he created a keynote out of it. And he has a conference he does every year for all the fans of his stuff. And he gave the "You Are the Art" talk, which is talking about AI art and stuff. And he makes some really good points there. And he actually did some research where he asked some of his author friends, who are, other New York Times bestselling authors, to write a passage given a prompt. And then he asked them to also prompt the AI to do it. And so vibe write, essentially, and then do another one that's completely human. And he distributed this, and he asked people, pretty much did the Turing test. Like, can you tell which one of these stories is AI and which one isn't? And no one knew. There were instances where the AI story was marked as the human, and there was instances where the human story was as the AI. And so people aren't going to be able to tell what's AI, and griping that somebody is using AI is interesting. But this talk, go look it up. I'll put a link. The talk explains how the process of coming up with something is the art, or that's what changes you and makes you the creator better. And so arguably, using AI is only hurts the person using it, but the people taking in, for instance, this woman's interview, it could have only hurt her, but also she's been doing it for so long that it's no different than asking an assistant to do some research or give her ideas,
Right.
And so that was a good talk. It's somewhat relevant here just because it's talking about, like, it's factual that AI versus a professional real author who's sold millions of copies, people can't tell the difference. And often, I mean, if the good author is prompting the AI, they know how to prompt it better. Like, because they know what good writing is. And because I couldn't prompt something like ChatGPT in most cases to tell me a story that doesn't look AI.
Yeah. So do you think, just going down that road, do you think authors start to use AI generated
I don't know.
writing?
It doesn't matter. What sucks is I've read so much ChatGPT content that I know how to find it in the wild. So I likely notice it will mean that it's just not good, because I don't like a lot of the writing that ChatGPT does. Or some models are better, and the better the writing is from the AI, it's got more examples of writing that I like or I've done myself. So I won't care as long as I don't notice, because it's still something new that goes into my mind that came from someone else. Like, there's not much value of prompting a story and then reading that story. It's the same as writing it. I know what to expect. And so, the twists and the turns, the plot, all of that comes from the writer. I don't care how they do it, as long as it's good, you know? Same with videos. Like if I can be immersed like an AI movie or something, people are saying people are going to make their own movies, maybe, but part of it is like the surprise, like,
Right.
and so I think there's plenty of room for AI tools to be used to create stories like entertainment. You can, if you know what it means to do a good interview, then you know how to prompt the AI to get good questions, and you know which ones to not ask. I think that's the most important part, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, that's it for today, unless Jackson has any more thoughts on using ChatGPT to interview professional athletes.
I think she should get fired.
You heard it here first, ladies and gents. Oh, yeah, you're gonna need to pay us back for all that time you took off for your little hospital.
Yeah, it just becomes the biggest controversy ever.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the Mariners just fire. All right, well, that's enough for today before me and Jackson somehow get canceled because the wrong people watched this video. If you are a small business owner interested in seeing where AI fits in your business, go to infactodigital.com, go to our AI for Small Business webinar. We will share stories, case studies, how people are really using it. We'll even do one-on-one meetings with you. If you want these episodes put into an email, little email, short email, the best email. If you want them sent to your inbox every weekday, you can sign up for our Infacto daily newsletter. You'll also find that at infactodigital.com. And we'll see everybody in the next episode. Peace.
See ya.